The life and legacy of Mobutu Sese Seko. Mobutu Sese Seko, born Joseph-Désiré Mobutu on October 14, 1930, in Lisala, Belgian Congo, was a Congolese politician and military leader who ruled Zaire from 1965 to 1997. His rule was characterized by authoritarianism, corruption, and the consolidation of power. Mobutu was born into the Ngbandi ethnic group. His father was a cook for a Belgian judge, which provided Mobutu with some exposure to Western culture. He received his early education in missionary schools and later joined the Force Publique, the colonial army of the Belgian Congo, where he rose to the rank of sergeant. After leaving the army, Mobutu worked as a journalist and became involved in the burgeoning nationalist movement. In the late 1950s, Mobutu became involved in politics and joined the movement National Congolese, led by Patrice Lumumba. When the Congo gained independence from Belgium on June 30, 1960, Lumumba became the first prime minister, and Mobutu was appointed chief of staff of the new Congolese army. The country quickly descended into chaos, with regional secessions and political infighting. In September 1960, Mobutu staged his first coup, ousting Lumumba and placing him under house arrest. Lumumba was later captured and killed in January 1961 under mysterious circumstances, with many believing Mobutu was complicit. Mobutu initially handed power to a civilian government, but remained a powerful figure behind the scenes. Mobutu staged a second coup in November 1965, overthrowing President Joseph-Désiré Mobutu and declaring himself president. He quickly consolidated power, banning political parties, and establishing a one-party state under his Mouvement Populaire de la Révolution. Mobutu promoted a policy of authenticity, which sought to rid the country of colonial influences. He changed the country's name to Zaire in 1971 and required citizens to adopt African names, including himself, who became Mobutu Sese Seko Koko Ngbandi Zabunga, meaning the all-powerful warrior who, because of his endurance and inflexible will to win, goes from conquest to conquest, leaving fire in his wake. Mobutu's rule was marked by authoritarianism, widespread corruption, and the embezzlement of state funds. He amassed a personal fortune estimated at several $billions, while the country's infrastructure and economy deteriorated. His regime relied heavily on patronage and the support of Western powers, particularly the United States, which saw him as a bulwark against communism in Africa during the Cold War. Mobutu's economic policies, including the nationalization of foreign-owned businesses, led to economic decline and hyperinflation. Despite this, he maintained a lavish lifestyle, building palaces and owning a fleet of Mercedes-Benz cars. By the early 1990s, Mobutu's grip on power began to weaken. The end of the Cold War reduced his strategic importance to Western powers, and domestic opposition grew. In 1997, Laurent Désiré Kabila, a rebel leader, launched a successful campaign to overthrow Mobutu with the support of Rwanda and Uganda. Mobutu fled the country and Kabila declared himself president, renaming Zaire back to the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Mobutu went into exile in Morocco, where he lived in relative obscurity. He died of prostate cancer on September 7, 1997, in Rabat, Morocco. His legacy remains controversial, with some viewing him as a nationalist leader who sought to assert African identity, while others see him as a kleptocrat whose rule devastated his country. Mobutu Sese Seko's rule left a lasting impact on the Democratic Republic of the Congo, with the country still grappling with the consequences of his authoritarianism and economic mismanagement.